The relationship between the Washington Nationals and their star player Juan Soto has really went downhill over the last couple of weeks or so. Before the MLB lockout was implemented, Soto rejected a $350 million extension from the Nationals, and that was probably the smart thing to do considering the Nationals would then go offer him more money after the lockout, and we now know what that offer was exactly. The second offer that Soto rejected was for $440 million over 15 seasons. In Soto's mind, that's not enough considering it would be less than $30 million a year when a good amount of other players make more than that. The overall money would make it the largest contract in baseball history, but again, the annual salary was not enough, so Soto and his agent Scott Boras rejected it. The All-Star festivities were this past week, and lots of the buzz and talk was about Juan Soto and his contract situation with the Nationals, considering the news had just come out about that rejection and how Soto is actually now possibly going to be traded. As far as what Soto himself thinks about the contract coming out publicly, well, he's not too happy about it.
Can't do anything about it. I have my hands tied. I'm just gonna play as hard as I can, play baseball, and forget about anything else. I don't make the decisions, they take the decisions. If they want to make the decisions, I gotta just pack my stuff and go. It feels pretty tough, pretty frustrating, so I try to keep my stuff private, don't try to throw stuff out there, but it feels really bad, but at the end of the day, we just gotta keep playing. I've been a national since day one. Why I should want to change? I've been here my whole life and my career. I just feel great where I'm at, and whatever the decision they make, I'm just gonna get comfortable in a couple days. But at the end of the day, like I say, I don't control any of that. A couple weeks ago, they were saying they will never trade me, and now all these things came out. It feels really uncomfortable. You don't know what to trust, but at the end of the day, it's out of my hands of what decision they make.
Whether you think Soto is being greedy or someone who just wants a ton of money is up to you, but what it really is at the end of the day is Soto looking at the market and realizing he should be making more money annually than most if not every player in baseball. His agent Scott Boras of course has a lot to do with this as well, as he's really the one who handles these negotiations and contract talks. He has a lot to say, obviously. There was news that came out recently that I made a video on how Soto ended up flying commercial to the All-Star festivities in LA since the Nationals refused to charter him a flight. That was pretty interesting. More news has since come out about that, in which said the Nationals asked the Braves if they'd let Soto and Nats manager Davey Martinez on their team plane, and were told it was full since they took staff and team media. That would have been a pretty interesting thing to find out if Soto had flown on a plane with the Braves. Obviously, we can't read too much into that because it would just have been the Braves being nice to Soto and his manager, but it of course also would have had people linking Soto to the Braves, naturally. What's also pretty interesting is Soto's recent activity on Twitter. For those who don't know, Derek Jeter has a new documentary series out called The Captain. In a recent tweet made by Jeter, he referenced the show and said, quote-unquote, "Loyalty one way is stupidity. Hashtag The Captain." Juan Soto saw this tweet and decided to like it. Okay, yeah, that may be a little shot at the Nationals, but maybe he's just supporting Derek Jeter. Well, it's what happened soon after and soon after that has people talking. Soto went on to quote the tweet and tweet out a period, before going on to soon delete that tweet. But of course screenshots were taken before the tweet's downfall, so here we are. What that tweet was Soto practically saying amen to what Jeter had to say, likely hinting that the Nationals aren't being very loyal to him. He did say, after all, that it is hard to trust anybody after he heard the Nationals say they would never trade him a couple months back, and now this. The relationship between Juan Soto and the Washington Nationals just continues to go down the drain, and that's unfortunate to see. Let me know what you think about Soto's comments and deleted tweet. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.